Welcome back. Grave changes are happening around the country when it comes to how we spend eternity. And we've come to expect American funerals to be pretty pricey, but now some families are looking for an alternative that may feel a bit more personal and put less strain on finances and the environment. It's called a green burial. In Milton, we found ourselves on a historic property. An old white home sits on 23 acres of land held inside a white fence. But when you look closer, you see there's more to this plot. It's a green cemetery. It's a trend growing in demand across the country, one the National Funeral Directors Association says 54% of Americans are considering. Jim Bell gave us a tour of Milton Fields, the only green cemetery regulated by the state of Georgia. What is an eco or green, or some people say natural burial?
No embalming, no vault, biodegradable casket or shroud.
Here's a look at what some of those look like. About 150 years ago, people used caskets like this more than we see today. A neighbor or a family member built the casket and family carried it on their shoulders to burial. Now the death process is completely outsourced. In a way, natural burials are a return to basics. Milton Fields has sold more than 200 plots, including Jim's.
I have the worst spot in the whole place.
So you have a spot here.
Yeah, right there.
Walking around with him, it's hard not to miss the mounds of dirt, some fresh and some grown over with grass. How does someone who's worked in property management for 40 years end up owning a green cemetery?
I started reading about green cemeteries, and the more I read, the more sense it made. People are tired of wasting money on burials.
The average funeral and burial cost more than $7,000, and that's before flowers, obituary, and a headstone. Jim says green funerals and burials are much softer on the pocket.
It should save you at least 40 to 50% of a traditional funeral.
When all these acres are filled, there will be more than 4,000 bodies buried. You live on this property.
Mm-hmm.
Does that creep you out ever?
I've lived next to a cemetery since 1973. There's no difference.
Nothing weird's ever happened?
Best neighbors you could have.
They're quiet.
No parties, no barking dogs.
In some places, the eco or green cemeteries are turning into more green space like parks, but at least for now, Milton Fields is expected to remain